Thanks, Bill. John Ottebacher loves to tell stories, and the adventures he's lived make for some pretty fascinating tales.
They're tales of journeys taken, tales of courage and survival.
24-hour News 8's Jack Doles joins us now with more on a man who has lived a life that is the envy of many.
Yeah, I'm one of those who envies what he's been able to do. This guy is one of the great survivors of our generation. In 1997, John had 8 surgeries in 8 months to mend his broken heart. He was given what he calls a suspended death sentence. You can imagine the uncertainty that comes with not knowing if tonight will be the last sunset you'll see. But in John's case, it brought about a remarkable clarity. There are sounds John Ottebacher craves. The grind of the winch as he raises his mainsail. The rhythmic pounding of waves against his bow. He craves them because when he hears them, he knows adventure is about to begin.
I've been pleasantly surprised that right behind some of my worst fears have been wonderful adventures.
Like the time he went for a sail with his wife and 2 daughters. John, Barbara, Aaron, and Katie crossed the Atlantic Ocean 4 times. They sailed for 6 years, covering over 30,000 miles. It's an adventure that began almost a year to the day of his 8th heart attack.
And then I started having heart attacks at the end of '96 and all through '97. I had quite a string going.
Friends and family tried to talk them out of going. What if was at the forefront of each plea. But as Barbara points out,
we didn't go out there for him to die. We went out there to live.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a doctor's manual that would recommend a transatlantic sail as a remedy for an ailing heart, especially one as damaged as John's. His LAD valve, the left anterior descending artery, is completely shot. He needs a heart replacement, but was told that was out of the question. So as John says, he transplanted his heart instead.
I had a pretty good glimpse at very close range of what death was like, and that's a very clear mirror to look into. And when I looked in it anyway, it seemed to me that whatever time I had, I wanted to spend it entirely with Barbara and the kids.
Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "Every man's life ends the same way. It is only the details of how he lived and how he died that distinguished one man from another." John has never let his heart condition distinguish him as a victim. To him, the choice was simple: wait for life's inevitable conclusion or embrace what's left of it.
And fear can paralyze us, or fear can excite us.
He chose to embrace it, and incredibly has lived to tell of his family's glorious adventure.
And the reason I'm here is because I'm not supposed to be here. You see, I'm supposed to be dead.
The success of his book, Sailing Grace, has increased the demands on his time, putting him at another dangerous crossroad. What he needs most of all now is rest. But
there's books to write, there's talks to give, there's a series of other adventures in the wind right now.
Like the deal he just signed to turn Sailing Grace into a movie, another adventure to share with his family. His son John Ryan will help produce the film.
There's a lot to do, and there's always a boat to get on and to go out there and see what today's going to give me out there. You know, always another horizon, you know, and it's always saying, come out here and check me out.
John knows he needs to slow down. He knows the likely result if he pushes himself even the slightest bit too far. Yet he pushes. As he says in his book, "How I live is what I have." Scant excuse for dallying at the edges.
I've pretty much taken all the risks that I wanted to take. I've fallen flat on my face more than once, but that's quite okay, because to me the big step is between 0 and 1. It's not how it turns out, it's that you have the courage to take the step.
Great wisdom in those words. When you see as much of the world as John has from the deck of a boat in places like Lake Michigan, the Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, you know he's seen his fair share of stunning sunsets. I asked him about the most beautiful sunset he's ever seen. He said the next one. He lives for his family, he lives for his friends, he lives to sail, he lives for the moment. and it's kept him alive far longer than anybody expected.
I so appreciate his philosophy in life. There's such a profoundness.
It's great,
in it.
yeah. And again,
Inspirational.
he's very clear about the fact that he could not have done this without an adventure partner like his wife, Barbara. And the kids, they homeschooled the kids on this journey.
I was
They're
wondering.
both honor students. It's been a great thing for everybody involved.
Okay.
Amazing. Long life, John Adebacher. Long life.
That's right. Jack, thank you. We'll be right back.